Каждый вторник в 12:10 один из самых известных раввинов нашего времени, Маниса Фридман, в прямом эфире отвечает на вопросы наших слушателей. Вы услышите мнение самой мудрой книги человечества – Библии, о самых сложных проблемах, стоящих перед современным миром. Присылайте ваши вопросы заранее на наш имейл info@rusa.fm или во время передачи по СМС 347 460 08 77.
Добрый день всем, кто сейчас настроен на радио USA. Слава Богу, вторник. Соскучилась я говорить это в эфире, потому что у нас было столько праздников, и мы пропустили столько вторников, потому что все праздники выпадали по вторникам в этот раз, и мы, конечно же, не работали в этот день. Вот. А сейчас мы вернулись вместе с раввином Манисом Фридманом, и это очень радостная новость. И, надеюсь, это радует всех, кто сейчас нас слушает. И вопрос, который мы хотим сегодня обсудить с раввином Манисом Фридманом, это тоже вопрос, который у всех на уме. Стоит ли нам волноваться о том, что грядет Нью-Йорку, имея в виду, естественно, возможность, огромную возможность, что Мамдани станет следующим мэром. И, конечно же, волнуются особенно те, которые еврейского происхождения по понятным поводам. Вот. Ну, в общем, вот это вопрос, о котором мы хотим сегодня поговорить с раввином Манисом Фридманом. И очень хочется знать, что он думает по этому поводу. Rabbi Manis Friedman, hello, thank God it's Tuesday. So good to see you. Happy New Year. I hope. Hope it's going to be... So far, it's happy. It's very, very happy. We got our hostages back. Things are looking good. More or less good PR for Israel. So things are...
And we don't have a ceasefire. Everything's good.
I don't know, do we? I'm confused on that particular issue. Do we or don't we? But the conversation that I wanted to have is because we're exactly 2 weeks away from the elections of the new mayor of New York City. And no one in New York is talking about anything but, this is the topic of New York, and not only, because it's something that worries people a lot. And the question is, are we right to be worried? What do you think? We always need to take to hear your take on things, because it's a much saner and more common sense view of what is going to happen.
Of course, it's a worry. And the biggest worry is that Jews will vote for him. I mean, we have enemies. We've always had enemies. That's not the most worrisome thing. The most worrisome thing is, do we know who we are? When a person has a conviction, whether it's a good one or a bad one, a person with a conviction, you can't threaten and you can't bribe. Because if you bribe, he sees it as a weakness and will just take more advantage. And if you threaten, you're challenging his faith. So he has to defend his faith. So you inspire him to be more stubborn. So the Rebbe's approach has always been, you can't threaten a wild animal that's about to attack you, and you can't appease them. There are Jews who think that if they vote for Mamdani, he'll be their friend. He may not like other Jews, but he's going to like the Jews who vote for him. No, he won't. No, he won't. He has a belief. He has a conviction. So on the one hand, it makes him very popular. People like someone who knows what they're talking about, who believes in something, who has a direction, who has a faith in something, compared to just a politician. So trying to make nice has been a terrible mistake throughout our history. You can make nice with people who want a couple of dollars. People who have a conviction, particularly an evil conviction. Every attempt to make nice shows that you're weak, and they'll take full advantage. So the worry really is, what are Jews doing? What's happening to the Jews of New York? It forces you to think about who you are and what you are. I just saw a clip of this latest hostage who came out. His mother was surprised because he kept saying, "I'm a strong Jew, I'm a strong Jew." And she found out that for a long time they were torturing him, telling him to convert to Islam. And what kept him strong was, "No, I'm a Jew." It is so impressive. It's so humbling. These people are young. They were never educated. They were never taught. They were never inspired. And under the ground, in the tunnels, in the dark, they came to the most amazing truth that takes years for people to learn in yeshiva. And many, even after many years in yeshiva, still haven't learned it. This is an amazing... Anyway, so it forces you to think. You're a Jew, so what are you doing about that? Hopefully it strengthens us, not weakens us.
Rabbi Fridman, it doesn't seem like there's anything that can be done at this point to change what's coming.
Yeah, but you can anticipate with some optimism. What is God doing here? How is this going to turn out to be good for us and for the state? So first of all, I'm not so sure he's going to win the election. And the more they say, "Oh yeah, he's very far ahead," that's propaganda. Of course they're going to say that. So you don't know whether to believe that or not. This poll, that poll, it's all Baba Mises. So we don't know. And even if he does win, who knows what that's going to do. May create a backlash and may have to, I don't know, whatever. But God is certainly waking us up.
He's waking us up, and he's giving us a very strange choice this time around. Because even though this is possibly, we think, is a very evil man, Mamdani, but the other two choices are so strange. And I don't even know if they're that much better, realistically speaking. What can they do for New York?
Hopefully nothing.
So the question is...
At least do no damage.
One of them has done damage during COVID, and we know that, and it's hard to forgive. Yet he is running, and we're forced to possibly vote for somebody who had no regard for human life, pretty much, or who didn't do enough to protect human life. So he has a very terrible record at this point, yet he seems to be a better alternative. How do we view that? That one just talks. He doesn't even have a record yet. What do we do here?
Well, again, it's a choice between someone who does what is most convenient versus someone who believes and is committed to something very strongly and deeply. What's more scary?
Yeah. A hard choice. So we're giving this free choices, and what is the godly choice in this triple case scenario of mayoral election?
Well, okay, I think there are two things. We talked about this. First of all, you have to vote for what's best for New York. This is the election for a mayor for New York, not for Tel Aviv. Don't mix. It's logical that if it's good for New York, it'll probably be good for Tel Aviv also. And if it's not good for Tel Aviv, it's probably not good for New York either. But the main consideration when you're voting is you're voting for New York. You're a resident of New York. This is the mayor of New York. You are voting for New York. It's not right to just put Jewish issues on. So that's the first thing. We have to be upright about it. This is not a personal vendetta. This is what's best for New York. So when you vote, although you're Jewish, you're voting as a New Yorker. That should be the primary thing. Secondly, don't think that you can win some sympathy by befriending, by smiling, by making nice. That's not going to happen. And number three, whatever happens, it'll be good for the Jews.
I like that statement. Can you please explain it? Why is it going to be good for the Jews no matter what?
Yeah. Because it's our time. The prophecy says that before the coming of Mashiach, there will be a war from the king of Persia. Will start a war with all the other kings and against the West. A very accurate description of what's going on. And then it says that everyone is going to panic. And the Jews are going to panic. And God says to the Jewish people, why are you panicking? Don't be afraid. Everything I'm doing right now is for you because your time has come. Our time has come.
Thank you for that note of optimism. Obviously, Rabbi Fridman, everything you say, we believe. We know because you have a proven track record on that one. So, but it's just the scary part about the time that it's still expandable. Meaning, is the time now, or is the time within a few years, more than that? This is the hard part to deal with, to understand what does it mean, our time.
Well, yeah, you're asking how long is our time?
Is it now?
Yeah, it is now. But the process, how long of a process is it? So whatever happens in the election here, it will be good for the Jews. For how long? When will the good show up? I don't know. But we have every reason to be optimistic. I don't know if this is an overstatement, but if it's not good for the Jews, New York is finished. There's no New York without Jews. So it is fascinating to think what is going to happen here. Like the ultimate resolution, the ultimate peace in the world is when people who have deep convictions that are not kosher change their mind. I think we spoke about this a long time ago. We'll know that Mashiach came
У нас что-то произошло, одну минуточку, сейчас мы вернемся. Какие-то неполадки небольшие. Минуточку. Сейчас мы перенаберем Ребе Фридмана.
חבורת עכברים פאקרים יוצאים מהמחילה עושים אבו עליות טמבונים וואלה מילה לא תהיה מחילה על מי אתה חושב שאתה בעל פה צועק פלסטין בחינה? תפי, יא בלי עמלק חבלה שמאל ימין שמאל איך כל המדינה במודים מגליל עד אילת לוחמים לוחמות טוב לבן ומגב קרקל ברדלס הבאנו את כל הצבא עליכם ונשבע לא תהיה מחילה תפי, יא בלי עמלק כל היחידות מוכנות כל אני נחלאווי שריון חיל הים, חיל האוויר, תותחנים, צנחנים כל היחידות בצה"ל במוד לחרבו דרבו על הראש שלך גולני, נחלאווי, שריון, תפור גבעתי כל הלוחמות באוויר, על הזי סופק פיר כל היחידות בצה"ל באים לחרבו דרבו על הראש שלהם
אתה תחת כי זה חיל האוויר מרגישים תרדת את התל אביב כל הבנות דופקות לחיילים בבתים וגם הוא בחדשות פתאום נראה לי חתיך הם צועקים עלי חינם פלסטין אבל משום מה זה נשמע לי כמו מבצע לחגים חצי דקה וכל המדינה במדים במילואים בסדיר כולם בשביל אמא ואבא כל החבר'ה שלי בחזית אחת לסבתא וסבא חושבים שמות על הפגזים לילד בעוטף עזה גליל עליון ומרכז גם כולם מוכנים לקטה רפק
כל היחידות מוכנות גולני נחלאווי שריון חיל הים, חיל האוויר, תותחנים, צנחנים כל היחידות בצה"ל במוד לחרבו דרבו על הראש שלך גולני, נחלאווי, שריון, תפור גבעתי כל הלוחמות באוויר, על הזי סופק פיר כל היחידות בצה"ל באים לחרבו דרבו על הראש שלהם עוד איקס לנשק כי כל קל פיג'ומו חבוש נפילה לחם גשם כחבות כל קל פיג'ומו כל מי שתכנן, כל מי שתמך, כל מי שביצע, כל מי שרצח כל קל פיג'ומו הסתבכת כל קל פיג'ומו שמעת כל קל פיג'ומו נסראללה כל קל פיג'ומו מוחמד אף כל קל פיג'ומו עניה כל קל פיג'ומו אבו בקלאווה כל קל פיג'ומו בלח על איתו על איפה מיה קליפה כל קל פיג'ומו כל היחידות בצה"ל באים לחרבו דרבו על הראש שלהם וואי וואי
אני לא מסתיר, אני תמיד אומר הכל וגם אם לא, רואים לי בעיניים ואני כמו ילד לא גיבור כזה גדול
Окей, с небольшими приключениями. Тем не менее, мы возвращаемся с Ребе Манисой Фридманом. Извините за эти неполадки, но ничего, зато послушали хорошую музыку. И вот мы опять обратно. Ребе Фридман, I am so sorry about this technical situation we just encountered, but nevertheless, can we please take it from where we left it off. And basically, your last statement is, New York will not be New York without the Jews, and I think pretty much everyone can agree with that.
The good sign that we're looking for is when people who have deep beliefs that are wrong can admit that they're wrong. Like Gorbachev. So when somebody has such deep beliefs and the situation shows, reality shows that it doesn't work, it's not real, it's fake, it's bad, It's not going to go. When somebody like that says, okay, I made a mistake, I was wrong, that is the best news in the world. And that's what's going to happen, because true is true and false is false. False had its time, a long time, like 2,000 years of false. Now is time of truth.
I think we are actually seeing it happen. I think we heard truth being spoken very outwardly to the world by Rubio, by Trump, where they're actually quoting the Bible when they speak, when it seems like people are speaking the truth, and high-profile people. Hopefully that's a good start.
Yeah. And going back to the hostages, that's what's so unique about it. You know, if they come back saying things that their parents would love to hear, I would say, okay, they're trying to be nice to their parents. Their parents don't want to hear this. Their parents are not religious. They don't want to know that you suddenly decided you're going to fast on Yom Kippur for the first time in your life, like one of the hostages was crying about. So they're not saying it to gain approval or to make everybody feel good. So if the country was religious, it would be a politically advantageous thing for the political leaders to start quoting the Bible, because it's going to win them a lot of approval. But they're talking to a non-religious audience. Why are they suddenly quoting the Bible? Because it's true. This is not political. So you're right. This is one of the signs of Mashiach. When the truth shines through the lies, like the sun shining through the clouds.
So this
is what's going to happen. So you want to know whether it's this week or next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Can we get some schedule going?
As much as we speak about Mashiach, Mashiach will happen by surprise. And people have asked the question, you're supposed to talk about Mashiach all the time. You're supposed to be looking forward, demanding, preparing for the coming of Mashiach all the time. And yet we're told that Mashiach will come when we least expect. So how do these two things work together? How can Mashiach surprise us when we're talking about him all the time? But that's how it's going to happen. We're going to be sitting and saying, Mashiach is going to come soon. And Mashiach will knock on the door and say, what do you mean soon? I'm here already. Well, when did you arrive? You weren't looking. You were so busy thinking when I'm coming, you didn't even notice that I came.
Reverend Fridman, I just want to point something out. Before the holidays, we always have this pre-Rosh Hashanah show where I ask you, what do you think this year is going to be like? And you said peace. And during the holidays, it seems like we are close to achieving peace. A lot of things have happened, not just in the Middle East, but it seems like peace is the word that is being worked very, very hard on. And my question is, now that the holidays have passed, what is your take on how this year is going to be? What do you think we should be looking forward to and expecting?
We should be looking forward to peace. but not political peace. Politics is not going to bring peace. Politics can barely bring a ceasefire. And a ceasefire is very far from peace, even if it holds. So to say we have peace because everybody agreed to a ceasefire, no, that's not peace. That's just a pause in the violence. Real peace means that everyone recognizes one God, one Torah, one morality, or one moral code. Then we'll have peace. So we've got to keep our eye on that process, not on what politicians are saying.
Rabbi Friedman, amazing. I know I got a text message that you need to have a little bit of a shorter show with us today, and we appreciate every single second that you allocate for us. So thank you so much. Thank you for the wisdom that you give us on every week. We thank you for the inspiration and the positive outlook on everything that is happening. Thank you, because today was absolutely a ray of sunshine. The time is now, it's here, and we have a lot to look forward to. And we thank you very, very much for this message. It's amazing. And again, may this be a really good year of real peace.
Amen.
Thank you so, so much. And hopefully until more good news in weeks to come. All the best. Ну, а всем, кто нас сейчас слушал, большое вам всем спасибо. Спасибо за то, что вы каждую неделю с нами, за то, что вы хотите быть лучше, делать этот мир лучше. И вместе я уверена, что у нас это очень здорово получится. С этими словами я, Аня Пекерман, и передача Thank God It's Tuesday. Прощаемся со всеми до следующей недели.
Каждый вторник в 12:10 один из самых известных раввинов нашего времени, Маниса Фридман, в прямом эфире отвечает на вопросы наших слушателей. Вы услышите мнение самой мудрой книги человечества – Библии, о самых сложных проблемах, стоящих перед современным миром. Присылайте ваши вопросы заранее на наш имейл info@rusa.fm или во время передачи по СМС 347